sucker for love. And in this world full of suckers, you fit mine like a glove. The fit is perfect, but nobody above, yeah. The clock's ticking as the time flies by. We in two different worlds, but living the same life. Two different dreams, you make me feel so alive. Need you by my side, need you by my side. Just a power couple daily blowing off steam. Making love to you so damn seamlessly. We be doing it so damn frequently. Easy cause we on the same damn frequency. Take it to the Sunset Boulevard. Little mama says she wanna tag along. She don't care if it's right or if it's wrong. Yeah, we'd always get along. Even through the downs, gotta stay strong. Now we singing the same song. All I ever, yeah, is think about you. I think about you daily. So baby girl, don't play me. All I ever, yeah, is think about you. They call me Dan, the Lakers DTLF. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
What up, Laker family? I know it's extremely early, but it's the only time I was able to do pregame, guys. Welcome for those of you early birds. Early bird gets the worm. How y'all doing today? I know we're still reeling from last night's horrible fixed loss. However, I'm very excited for this AM, man, for today. Lakers going up against the Dallas Mavericks in what's to be promised an absolute movie. All right. Two former players going against their former teams. Anthony Davis versus the Lakers, and most importantly, Luka versus the Mavericks in Dallas. And it is going to be extremely exciting, guys, because that game tips off at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. I will be back in time for playback, so make sure you guys are there on playback early to get your VIP passes from Kimmy Goat. But again, appreciate you guys so much for tapping in early. Let's talk about this game, all right, because Dallas Mavericks versus the Lakers is something we've been waiting for a minute. But in Dallas, I'm going to tell you my expectations realistically and what we need to see happen for us to win this ball game. All right. So my expectations for this Laker team to start off, we're going to go with the Lakers have to come out of the gates with a sense of urgency. Guys, there's only 3 games left on the season, which means that every win counts. It's starting with tonight. And we have to win 2 out of the next 3 in order to secure and lock up the 3rd seed for surely. It's very, very possible to happen. What's up, Vince? How you doing, man? Good morning. It's very possible that it could happen. There is a chance that Houston won't play their starters the next game, but still, we got to take care of business at hand. We don't want to definitely leave it to the hands of the opposition to put us out or lower us in the playoffs. The benefits of us winning tonight would be we might potentially be able to beat the Rockets as well and then get some rest time on the final game, which is on Sunday versus Portland. So those would be the benefits. Good morning, Kimmy Goat. How you doing? Good to see you. My guy says we need to end with a win streak. Absolutely. Try silent. Kamikaze says, what's up, Dan? Watching you at work. Hey, shout out to all my early birds, man, out here getting it in, putting in the work. Your boy's doing the same since I won't be home till the game. Be busy today. But guys, again, things to look out forward to. These are my concerns with today's matchup. I know Luka's going to be emotional. He doesn't know what to expect. He's never been in this position. What up, Gab boy? But I really hope that he goes off tonight. He drops a 50 bomb and the Lakers win. Those are like the 2 things I want. 50 bomb from Luka, Lakers win. Knowing the Mavericks, though, they're probably going to blitz Luka and double team him all night. And he's going to be forced to do some playmaking. If the teammates can knock down some shots, then he'll get more one-on-ones and ability to, to rack up points. Hey, let's go. Shout out to all my early birds out here getting it in, man. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, your boy has to drive out to LA in a bit. All right, so here, again, my concern is Luka. Will he be too nervous for the situation? We know he's a killer regardless, so he's probably going to show up. But my fear is that he'll be nervous and try to force the issue, and Dallas will get into it. Also, Dallas is playing with a chip on their shoulder. All those players have felt, whether it's warranted or not, they have felt disrespected because everybody's always chanting fire Nico and Luka chants, pro Luka chants. I'm expecting the crowd to be a pro Luka crowd tonight. I think even though they root for the Mavericks, they're gonna be rooting for the Lakers to win tonight due to Luka being there. And I think the Lakers have to play off of that, and that's also gonna piss off the opposition. Like, imagine the fans rooting for Luka in your house. You're gonna feel disrespected if you're PJ Washington, if you're Anthony Davis, if you're Max Christie, if you're Spencer Dinwiddie. They're gonna feel disrespected, and they're gonna be on their A game. So we have to match that for sure. And I look forward to the matchup of AD versus LeBron. Guys, there's been some very interesting comments with Anthony Davis, after he got traded, about how he doesn't know what to believe about who knew or whatnot. So it doesn't sound like he believes LeBron James' camp about the fact that they didn't know anything. It does not seem like they believe that. So that being said, it's going to be interesting to see what the body language looks like. Is AD going to come out aggressive? Is he going to try to push LeBron on one of the possessions? Are they going to get in each other's face? Like, let's see if they're friendly. They just dap each other up. Like, what's going to happen there? Very curious, because we know AD is a very emotional person. My guy Vince says, I know for sure at least once this game, LeBron will be on an ISO with AD guarding him. Game's going to be pure cinema. These are the type of game. Listen, I haven't been this exciting for a game since Shaq got traded and Kobe got the face-off versus him when he was with the Miami Heat. That's how excited I am for this game. All right, I'm going to be rushing to traffic to get back home on time. That's why I wanted to do pregame now, so I don't miss it by accident. But to me, this is one of the most exciting games in the last 10 years for the Lakers as far as regular season goes. Okay, there's so much that is going to be involved with tonight's matchup, and I'm telling you, anything's possible. Here's a fun fact. Okay, the Mavs try to line up a sponsorship deals with some of Luka'S brand partners for tonight's game, but Luka'S camp rejected the idea. So you guys think Luka isn't pissed off still about being traded? Yes, he is. He feels betrayed. I think tonight he's about to unleash the fury. He's going to be like Wolverine on the X-Men. He's going to be relentless. I am expecting actually tonight a 50-piece. That's what I'm expecting. I would be surprised if he gets anything less than 30. All right, but I'm expecting a 50-piece, and with a side of fries. I mean, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. I think he's going to play his heart out. This is why I kind of low-key wanted the Lakers to rest yesterday, right? Not only because we had the mental edge over OKC, but because I wanted my boy Luka to be rested. The good news is he got ejected with 7 minutes to go, which means he's probably going to be, doing I think he's still going to have a spectacular game. Again, back-to-back road games. The schedule makers couldn't have butchered this more. Like, how the hell you put a game right here? I guess the schedule did come out before the season, but damn, man. This is why the NBA messed up and they shouldn't have put back-to-backs. But, again, just hope for the best, man. What's up? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Have an amazing day, man. Yep, just waking up not too long ago. I'm making some phone calls. This is the game you don't want to lose. We need to come out like hungry wolves looking for prey. Absolutely. We're not going to lose this game. Ain't no way they're going to let Luka down like that. Ain't no freaking way. And so, someone from the Mavs Insider said that the Mavs will have a jersey in Slovenian saying thank you. Pathetic. Then there's nothing that they can do, Kamikaze, to appease Luka at this point. Nothing. They're better off just playing the game and let bygones be bygones. That's what they're better off doing. What's up, man? He said we need to come out with a sense of urgency tonight. Blow the Mavs out early and rest Luka, Bron, and Softon in the fourth. I don't think Luka's going to want to rest. Even if we're blowing him out, I think JJ Redick will allow this man to just completely exercise any and all demons he might have. I think that's what's about to happen here. But yeah, I mean, guys, I'm telling you right now, this game right here is going to be magic, not just for the Lakers, but I think for Mavs fans as well. I think this is going to be the closing of a chapter for them. I think it'll bring closure for them. I think this will be a great game for AD. He's going to try to exercise his demons. That's my biggest fear, is that AD has a great game on both ends and really becomes a factor in this game. So how do we guard Anthony Davis? We don't have any bigs that can keep up with him. Good luck to Jackson Hayes, man. You're about to get punished in the paint. But the best thing we can do is just play as a unit with energy. If you play with energy, we've seen that AD has the ability to sometimes have lapses, and that's when you have to take advantage of him. But again, the standings are as they are. Guys, we need to win tonight to stay above the rest, okay? We do have tiebreakers versus the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, the Timberwolves. We have tiebreakers against all of them. However, again, there's only 3 games remaining on the season. We need 2 out of the 3. Tonight needs to be one of them. Absolutely, positively needs to be one of the wins, okay, for multiple reasons. 1 for Luka, 2 for the standings. As you can see here, they're on our heels, y'all. We cannot afford to keep losing. All right, we lost the last game. That's it. That's the only loss we can afford moving forward. Let's see. My boy Gap Boy said, I wouldn't be surprised if AD a healthy scratch. AD is gonna play, bro. He's gonna go off tonight. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get 30, 10, and 10. I'm gonna pick him up on PrizePicks, matter of fact. I know he's gonna have a big game because he's also not happy about being traded. And this is his first time facing his former team. So he's gonna definitely try to go all out. But we can't make this an AD game. We need to make it a Luka game. And what I mean by that is regardless of Luka's stats, we gotta win this game. But yeah, of course, Anthony Davis, how can we contain him? He's going to have to get double teamed. We're going to have to force other guys to make shots. And even through the double team, this man is going to be an absolute demon. I just know it. The Mavs have been impressive. 38 and 41. They've won I think 6 out of the 8 games AD has played, something like that. And the Lakers have to also bounce back from yesterday's loss. It came out that Luka was trash talking a fan. Not even the rest when ejected, and we already knew that when it happened. But that's what ESPN printed out, and I'm sure they're talking a lot of crap about Luka for being ejected on ESPN today. But we gotta shut off all the noise tonight and just take care of business, man. We gotta come out here and play this team. I don't know how to explain it. We can't overemphasize the fact that it's a Luka game. The rest of the role players have to play their part. Rui has to be spectacular. He didn't play yesterday. He should be fresh for this game. Austin has to be Austin. Excuse me. LeBron James gotta be LeBron James, right? Because if we're just looking for Luka the entire matchup, it's gonna be easy for them to zero in on defense and to try to beat us, So we still have to be aggressive on all fronts. The other role players have to play their role, and then hopefully Luka will be able to get his within the flow of things. But again, my biggest fear is just the fact that we don't have a matchup for AD. And if it turns into an AD game and they get all emotional about it, and then the crowd starts getting behind them, then it could be dangerous. What we have to do, we have to play off the crowd because, they're going to be chanting Fire Nico. They're going to be chanting for Luka, all of that. We have to use that to our advantage. This is a home court game for Luka. He's comfortable playing here. He's played here many years. Hopefully that'll be the case here for this ball game. My guy, Jonathan, good morning, brother. He said, the headline on ESPN is purple and fold. Are you kidding me? They need to cancel those damn shows. It's embarrassing. Bro, all the time. My brother tells me this all the time. They always have had an agenda against the Lakers. Now that they have an agenda against LeBron as well, everything is going to be negative. They're looking for everything to just put a negative twist on it and try to, try to, twist the narrative. We knew they were going to make this they were going to make this an anti-Doncic morning. I haven't even watched the show either, man. But I already know they're talking bad about Doncic. I knew it. And when you sent me that clip, I was like, yep, I knew it. I told you guys this last night they would do it. Instead of talking bad about the refs and how horrible that was, which I'm sure some networks did pick up on that. Shout out to FS1. But, ESPN's going to ESPN. Yeah, it's crazy how Malone got fired yesterday. That was crazy, fam. Love AD, but hoping he has an off night today. Oh, yeah, we don't love AD tonight. I'll tell you that. We're going to dislike AD tonight. We respect him overall for his Laker career, and we love him. But tonight is not about AD. Tonight is about Luka going back to his home and, showing them what they missed out on. Then AD is less effective without a true point guard. He needs someone who creates opportunities for him. That's not the situation right now in Dallas. Oh, I know that, Kamikaze. However, he can go off. When he puts his mind to it, he's an extremely tough player. And also on the defensive end, he can make an impact there. Imagine blocks leading to transition buckets on the other end. So, again, Lakers just got to play smart. Yes, we're going to be emotional, especially Luka. We got to play smart. This game right here is going to be primetime TV. Everybody's going to be watching it. I'm sure they're airing it on ESPN. I haven't even checked the guide yet, but I'm sure they are. Or, yeah, not TNT. Wait, that's today's Wednesday, so not TNT. ESPN for sure. And I'm gonna have it on playback, whether I'm on the road or I'm already here. I will be watching with you guys. Here's the thing, right? Like I mentioned earlier, this game to me is the most exciting since Shaq versus the Lakers when he first got traded to Miami. These games don't come around once every 10 to 15 years, and when they do, you got to capitalize on it. The last time we faced Shaq, right, we lost. So we don't want that to happen. That would be the absolute worst case scenario, a loss. I don't care if Luka gets 12 points, 13 assists, and 13 rebounds on his comeback. The bigger statement will be that he wins, even though I want 50. Even though I want 50, man. If I get 50 piece, 50 bomb, would be very, very excited for that, man, with a win, right? Obviously, but the most important thing here being is a W, right? And again, the standings have everything to do with it. To me, that is where we have to take care of business. Just looking at these standings, guys. We only half a game up on the Clippers, right? Half a game up on the Nuggets, half a game up on the Warriors, half a game up on the Grizzlies, right? If we lose 2 out of the last 3s, we could definitely find ourselves in a bad place for sure. So we don't want that to happen, right? We don't want to fall off or nothing like that, right? So, yeah, that's the key right there. Let's see. Think of go-offs, today's revenge. Well, we need to think of this game as a playoff game because that's what it feels like. We're jockeying for position in the West. It needs to feel like a playoff game. And a playoff game always brings high intensity. Every possession matters. Yes, we're on the road, but we just beat the Thunder on the road by 27. There's no excuses to why we shouldn't beat the Mavs. They're a far lesser team. They're a team that's on the fringe of falling out of the play-in. We need to beat them. He said, I was enjoying last night's game. As exciting. Can't have outside forces ruin our run. You know what, Sharon? You're right. Your last night game was exciting up until the officials decided to chime in. But we got to block all that noise off today because today might be the most important game the Lakers have played in a while. All right? And it's felt like that almost every other game, but this one for sure. This one sets the tone because you win this one. Now all you got to do is win one more, and you got 2 opportunities to do it. That sounds a lot better than losing this one and then coming out here and having to win the last 2 games with our backs against the wall. You know what I mean? Which can happen, but we don't want to have to feel that sort of force. That's why injuries can be at a risk and all that. You know, when we're playing backs to backs, but that's not going to be an excuse. Rui didn't play yesterday. He'll be fresh. Luka didn't finish the game. He should be semi-fresh. You know, all in all, we should be able to win. The Dallas Mavericks have 1 elite player. His name is Anthony Davis. After that, there's a huge fall off in everybody else. We have 3 elite players and a bunch of good role players. We should be all right. On paper, we look good. Off paper, we look great. All right, it is time for the daily PrizePicks entry, and let's go ahead and I've never done one this early, so let's see what they got on the card today. All right, they got Austin at 20.5. Now, I'm iffy about this pick today, even though I know he can get to 20 easily, because if we end up blowing out Dallas, then he won't get that PT. But one I am going to pick up is Luka. All right, I think for sure he'll get over 31 points. I'm picking up Luka. Who else are we picking up? AD, Anthony Davis. Let's look for him. Anthony Davis, got to pick him up. I don't know what his stats are looking like. 40 points, rebounds, assists. He hasn't got it but 1 game. I think the 27, though, he's good for the 27. I think for the 27, he will get that for surely. Let's look at the Mavs, though. Let's look at the Mavs. See what else they got. Because, you know, somebody else is going to have to join the party and try to help AD, and they will. Teams tend to play at their best versus the Lakers. The role players tend to step up versus the Lakers. Gafford is playing too. Double trouble in the paint, y'all. He only had 4 points the last game. Of course he did, but versus the Lakers, it's going to be a lot different, y'all. 5 rebounds for Gafford. He might be on minutes restrictions because the numbers are looking really low. But I'll pick him up for this. 16 points, rebounds, and assists. So there's going to be double trouble in the paint. I forget Derek Lively's also there. Derek Lively's also there. So they got Gafford, they got Lively. You know what? Let me remove Gafford because I don't know if he's on minute restrictions. So I haven't seen enough of the Mavericks to know. Klay Thompson getting 12 points. Again, this is light work right here. This is light work. They'll do it. Who else do we need, though? You know what? Austin has been so consistent. I'm going to go back and pick him up. Even though this is a Luka game, like I said, we need other role players to be other role players. I think Austin will get his 20. So the entry so far, we got him. All right, let's see. Maybe one more. Let's do Jordan Poole versus Philly. Nah, I don't trust Jordan Poole. He's just too inconsistent. Maybe Jokic, since he just got his coach fired, maybe he'll have a huge game. They're going up against Sacramento. I can see Jokic having a huge game. But again, I'm not willing to bet on the man. I'm sorry, I can't do it. We need a surefire pick here. A surefire pick to make sure we get this money. I'm gonna go. Let's see. Who's the surefire pick here? Lonnie been hooping? Lonnie's been hooping. Okay. Going up against Washington, too. I might pick him up. Let's see. Jackson Hayes for 7 points. That'll be my final pick right there. There you go. So Luka, AD, Clay, Austin, Jackson Hayes for the, and let's go with the proverbial $3. All right. That works. What do you guys think? Over on Luka, over on AD, Clay over, Austin over on Jackson Hayes. That is my entry PrizePicks entry lineup for today's matchup. Okay. Feel free to tell if you guys do want to. Remember promo code DTLF. Thank you, Kimmy. Go. There she is. Good morning. Lively is on minute restrictions, I believe. Yeah, definitely not picking up anybody for PrizePicks on minute restrictions. You never know. They could either skyrocket over their projection or they could stay right under. Is Rui playing? OG. We don't have it. It's way too early for the updates. Usually this is why I go an hour before the actual game. But since I won't be available, I couldn't do that. I believe Rui will play. He was out the last game. I think they load manage him. They don't want to play him back-to-backs. They chose to keep him out that game and bring him in this game, I believe. So, yes, I would say he is playing if I had to bet the house on it. Yep, absolutely. All right. Comments, questions, concerns, guys. They definitely got to take care of the ball. I agree, Mercy. Got to take care of the ball, man. We self-destructed in the second half there during yesterday's game. Or not in the second half, in the second quarter of yesterday's game. When we had those 4 straight turnovers, we gave up a 10-point lead. Like, not gave up, but they went on a 10-0 run. And those are the kind of things we can't do on the road. Because even though we came back in that game, can you imagine if we don't give up a 10-0 run in the first half? So, yeah, Rui should play, though, which is the good news. We should be relatively healthy for the most part. We should be. But, yeah, again, interesting storylines all across. The Mavs try to line up sponsorship deals with some of Luka'S brand partners for tonight's game, but Luka'S can't reject the idea. He's not doing business with that scummy, bummy franchise who did him and the fan base so dirty. So you got to love that for Luka, man. And I hope Luka gets the last laugh. Again, top 3 keys for tonight's game. I said top 3 games for tonight's key. Top 3 keys for tonight's game. Key number 1 is going to be Luka. Luka, you are the key tonight, man. They're going to blitz him. They're going to double team him. They're not going to want him to go off on him. Trust me. The players are scheming and strategizing. They don't want a Luka game. But he has to use that against them. First, Luka's going to have to play make at first, I believe, to facilitate and open up things for himself. Then, once they start playing him more one-on-one, that's when he can go and cook, and hopefully he has a step back going. Hopefully he has the all the footwork going to the basket going. Hopefully he has everything in his arsenal going today. I'm afraid of the basketball guys that they allow this man to cook. I want no less than 50, but I will settle for anything over 30, all right? Even though I want no less than 50. He's very capable. Luka's very capable. He's just very unselfish as well. I've seen him get 30 points in the first half and then 5 points in the second half because he starts playmaking. Hopefully, tonight he lets the game come to him, but I really want a 50 ball from him. So, again, key number 1 is going to be Luka. Hopefully he's poised. Hopefully he's ready. And hopefully he feels prepared for this matchup that's ahead. Key number 2, containing Anthony Davis. I want us to blitz him, double team him as well. The same treatment they're going to give Luka. Got to do it. We can't let him go off because he's a force, right? So let's give him the Jokic treatment. The way we guard Jokic is the way we should guard AD tonight. He's one of the top bigs in the league for a reason, and he's looking for blood for sure. And then my final key is just going to be the others, right? We already mentioned Luka as the first key. Final key is going to be LeBron, Austin, Rui, Gabe, DFS, all the other role players and star players got to step up in this one and help Luka out because he can't feel like he's alone in this. They got to back him up. I need a 20-piece from Austin plus. I need a 20-piece from LeBron plus and flirting with a triple-double. And again, Rui, just be yourself, drop 15 to 20, and the rest of the guys should be able to step up. We should be able to win this game. If Luka does drop the 50 ball, though, it'll be a blowout. All right, so again, can't wait for tonight's game, y'all. I'm actually going to end this stream a little bit early due to the fact that I got to get out on the road in a bit and try to make it back on time. All right, so wish me luck. Hopefully I beat out the LA traffic. Jonathan said, let's win this for Luka. He deserves it. AD is coming for blood, too. Let's win it for Luka. We're going to go out on that one right there. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, guys. Video was brought to you by PrizePicks. There's the promo code. Shout out to Kimmy Goat for being available this early. Thank you so much, Kimmy Goat. And I hope to see you guys there on Playback at 4:30. I will definitely be here for postgame. Stay tuned. Hit the like button. Post noti bells on. And subscribe if you already have it, guys. See you after the game, all right? Enjoy the game. Go Lakers. Go Luka, baby. Let's get this dub.